everybody. Wanted to welcome you. So let me start over. This is Stephanie with Touching Worlds, and I'm Facebook Live on my group, and I got a YouTube, another device, so it's not recording on Zoom, so there is privacy for you. All right, so good, welcome. Well, let's start with a gentle hand tapping exercise, and as we do this, make sure to do whatever's comfortable for you. So you can gently tap or you may rub, and this is a good technique for the large intestines and the immune system. And then we're going to flip the hands, and now we're going to do the pinkies. And this is, again, tap or rub. And this is good for the small intestines and the respiratory system. So this is based on traditional Chinese medicine. And if you like what we're doing, I do have this flyer on my website, touchingworlds.com/disclaimer. At the bottom of that website, there's some free resources. This is one of them. So now we're tapping the fingertips. This is good for heart fatigue and fever, heart fatigue and fever. Hopefully they do not happen too often. All right, and the next one is interlacing the fingers, and see if you can get it really in between the knuckles there. This, and to your ability, if you have, can't do it, just visualize. And then we're gonna gently bring the fingers up and go the other way. So maybe you did your dominant way. It's a very subtle movement. One hand just goes on top and rubs, and this is good for the throat and the neck, but I've also heard in other forms of Qigong, people talking about this is good for the spine. I've heard that in Spring Forest Qigong, but in my handout it does say the throat and the neck. All right, the next movement is tapping along the outside of the hand, and or you can gently rub if tapping hurts, but the fingers are open, just the pinky and the thumb touch. And this is good for cold prevention and lung ailments. All right. Good. All right, now we're going to do the webs of the hands. So you just gently tap or rub. And this is good for the eyes, mouth, and shoulders. Kind of a weird combo, but I believe it's based on the triple warmer. And then we go to the other direction, making sure the other direction. Good. All right, now we're going to do the back of the hand. So one hand faces the sky, one hand faces the earth, and we gently tap or rub. Good. We do it 3 times in a circle if you rub, and then the other side, direction. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. All right, and now we're going to flip the hands. So the hand that was on the top is going to the bottom. That bottom hand now just turns up, and we do the same thing. Gently tap or rub. Good. And then the other direction if you're rubbing. I prefer rubbing. I find it more soothing and relaxing. So if it hurts, that's a good indication not to do that. Rubbing might be more comfortable. All right, now we're going to do the back of the wrist. So the back of the wrist to the back of the wrist. Gently tap or rub. Good, and this is good for lower back pain. And I think I forgot to mention what this one was. That one's good is for heart and chest discomfort and stroke prevention, the back of the hands. But the back of the wrist is good for lower back pain. So we're going to flip it and do the same thing, back of the wrist. So the other hand's on top. And there is one more move that we do in this hand Qigong set is the knuckles, the palms, the thumbs. We're going to gently tap together, and this one is supposed to be good for headaches, or you can rub. So do what feels good for you. If you like to do it for headache prevention, or if you have a headache, do it for about a minute and then take a break for a minute, and you can repeat the cycle as much as you like. So it's free, and it hopefully won't hurt you. So open and close, good. All right, so that's a beautiful hand Qigong exercise I like to do. Now I'd like to do a check-in, little meditation before we do our warm-up. So feet flat on the ground. I am in a chair, but if you are standing, this is the same thing. We're gonna have a vertical alignment, basically. So if you need a pillow, you can. I got a pillow handy. You can have a pillow if you want. Try to be on the edge of your chair, hips, shoulders, ears in alignment. You wanna imagine a string connecting us to the ceiling. You want the chin slightly tucked in, tip of the tongue at the roof of the mouth, hands by your side, and you can either have it straight on or on your lap or down. So if you have it facing down to the earth, it's usually a grounding position. So you're trying to feel more grounded. If you're up, you're more on the receiving. So pick your position that you like the most. I think I like the down right now. And let's just notice our breathing. Notice perhaps the sounds in the room. And let's go a little bit deeper now with our breath, breathing in through our nose, filling up an imaginary balloon in our tummy. Breathing out through the nose and gently tightening up our pelvic floor muscles, tummy muscles just a little bit. Thinking about it is good enough. And then let's do that again. Gently inhale. And then gently exhale, squeezing in the tummy muscles. Good. And let's do that one more time. Breathing into your comfort level. And then breathing out. And let's check in with our body. So I want to do a scan with the top of the head. So we're going to scan starting with that, down the neck, down the shoulders, down the elbows, and the fingers. Letting go of any tension or stress. And we're going to go down the spine, to the hips, to the thighs, to the knees, to the ankles, and to the feet. Again, softening and relaxing the body. Letting go of any tension and stress. And also I like to draw up the energy from the earth as we released what we didn't need and bring in our intention of what we do need. Maybe it's peace, harmony, laughter, love, list goes on. Whatever you're working on right now in your body, imagine beautiful energy, blue energy from the glow of the earth, bringing that into our bodies, up our knees, up our thighs, up our spine, to our shoulders, and over our head, feeling engulfed with this beautiful energy as we set our intention for the practice. And if your eyes are closed, you can open them and we'll begin with our first movement. So hands by our side, hands slowly come up, drippy fingers, shoulder height, hands slowly come down, and we gaze at the floor. Then we bring the hands up again, inhale, and now exhale, slowly gazing down. And let's do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Now we're going to add on to this neck movement. It's a very small movement, so we bring the hands up. You're going to turn the wrist, gently chuck in the chin, gently push out, and now gently look down at the floor. And let's do that again. Tightening in the chin, gently pushing out, and gently gazing down. And let's do it one more time. You can think about your breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Good. It's a very gentle movement. All right, now we're going to add on to the next movement. So the palms in front of each other. We're going to let one hand come down, face the earth. Palm is going to go inward. We're going to open up our chest, going about 60% of our comfort range. And then gently come back. The hands gently pass each other. We open up and we go to the other side. Eyes following the hands. Keeping the neck neutral, so maybe looking beyond the hands at the horizon. And now we're going 80%. And then we come back. Gently pass by the other side, going 80%. And then slowly coming back. And let's do it one more time each side. And this time at the last one, going 90%, you might want to look beyond in the corner of your eye. And then slowly coming back like you're backing up a car. And now we do it to the other side. Slowly opening up, looking in the back corner. And slowly coming back. Good. Now we can relax our hands and we're going to work on the shoulders. So we inhale as they go up, exhale as they go down. And let's do that again one more time. And now we're going to reverse it. Wonderful. Now we do another shoulder exercise. It's called gathering chi. Palms are up. Hands circle around to your comfort level. It could be forehead, could be shoulder height, could be chest height. Hands go down. So if you have any shoulder pain or discomfort, I'm going to make it small this time just so you can see. You can make it very small, and the hands slowly coming down. Kind of like a French press, right? Have you seen that? You got your coffee or tea, loose tea. The tea's floating up, and then we gently, gently push down. There we go. I think that was 3 times, but I didn't say one more time. So let's do it one more time. All right, wonderful. Hands slowly coming down. Good. So that is for the shoulders. Now we're going to work on this imaginary ball and work on the spine. So the bottom hand is gently going to rise up. And about forehead height, it turns around and it gently pushes up, gently pushes down. So do it within your comfort range, and then the hands gently come back. Good job. Everybody looks good on Zoom. Things to remember is you want to make sure the arm stays bent. So we don't want that. That's too far. Just a nice peripheral vision of the hands. And let's do that again. So you can think about your breath. And then gently exhale. Having the movement match our breathing is so important in Qigong. And then the hands gently coming back. Good. Let's do it one more time, each side, playing with it on your own. Have it feel soft and fluid and continuous. And the other side, good. And let's bring the hands back together, and whatever hand or elbows on top is the direction I'm going to turn a tiny bit. We're just going to line up my nose with my knee. That's how small. A lot of people who are new like to go big. We don't go big in Tai Chi or Qigong. We go small. We flip the hands, and then we gently go to the other side. My nose is lining up with my knees, and we flip the hands. Gently going to the other side. Flipping the hands, and to the other. You can think about your breath. Exhale as you turn, inhale as the hands flip. Let's do it one more time. Flipping the hands, good. And now going across. Okay, and then we let that go. Very good, that is the spine. I think most of the people are on my Zoom class are in a chair, but some do like to stand. So just one person, so I'll try both. How's that? All right, so we wanna lift the leg. I'm gonna do it in the chair, and we're gonna bring the foot back in, and then the other side, opening up the leg, and then bringing that back in. If you are standing, you would lift the leg, place the whole foot down, foot is straight ahead, bring the foot in, and then the other side, and bring it in. Good. So now the hand is the same for both. Our hand is going to go straight out, so not to the side, straight out. Hand goes across near the elbow, but not touching. And then we lift the opposite leg, and we gently press, like you're holding up a wall. And then gently press to the other side. And then we bring the hands in, and gently press. Good. Let's do that one more time on each side. So gently press, engage the tummy muscles. Exhale, release. Inhale, and release. All right, good. So the next position of foot motion, I'm going to first show you in a chair. So first, you're going to lift the foot out, then you're going to bring it back in. You're going to lift the other foot out, and then bring it, bring the one foot out, bring it in, hands rise. So, got a little excited there. And then lift the other foot, bring it back in, and let the hands rise. So, if you're in a chair, keep following that. If you are standing, we put one heel in front, hands in the back. We go to neutral, Then we put the ball of the foot, hands in front. This knee is bent. As you can see, that's straight, that's bent. We come back to neutral, and then we put the hands in the back for balance, foot in front. So we do that again, pausing, placing the foot, coming to neutral, foot in front. Let's do that one more time. Coming back to neutral, and the foot in front. So if you're standing, now do the other foot, heel in front, hands in the back, coming to neutral. Yep, and if you're in a chair, keep doing that one leg opening up, the hands go up and down, and then the other foot opening up and the hands go up and down. But if you're standing, you come back to neutral, heel in the front. Let's do it one more time. Coming back to neutral, making sure we have our balance, and then the heel in front, hands in the back. All right, good. That's a tough one to do, sitting and standing at the same time, but we did it. All right, good. So next is the knees. So we're gonna work on the knees. If you're in a chair, hands by our hips. They're empty, they're not firm. Our feet are in a V, and we lift the one foot, we tap it on the ground, arm goes out like a punch. Then we bring both back in, tap, extend the arm. Good. If you're also in a chair, you can kick or toy, you can do it with the heel or with the toe. Then you bring it back in, and the other side. So kind of play with it if you want a calf stretch, or a shin stretch. So if you're standing, this one has a bend to it, right? It's not straight, has a little bend. I lift the foot, I tap it on the ground, the arm goes out. And then you bring both back in. So tap, extend the arm. If you are very skilled, you may kick, lifting the leg, placing it down, but if you are not really good with your balance, please do not try this. And it's a very low kick. It doesn't have to be big. It can just be a tap. That's why the tap is good enough. But if you are an advanced person, you may try kicking. All right, good job. I didn't say one more time, so let's say one more time on both sides, extending the arm, and then kicking, extending the arm. All right, good job. So the next knee movement, again, I'll start with the chair. Feet are in a V, hands are by the hips. We're gonna lift the heel, place it down, then the toe, and then we extend, the arm goes out. Then we bring both back in. So this is just a modification of what we do standing, heel, toe, extend the arm. So it's more of an ankle exercise when you're in a chair, but it's a modification. So if you are standing, same thing, hands by your hips, lift the foot, heel, toe, shift onto that, and extend your arm. Then we bring both back in, other side, and I'll do from an angle, heel, toe, shift, and then we come back. Making sure you have that vertical alignment is very important if you're standing. You don't want to be slouching, don't want to have your chin too high or too low, heel, toe, keeping your eyes at the horizon. Heel, toe, and extend the arm, and we'll do it one more time each side, and I'm going to change my angle. Heel, toe, come back in, and the other, heel, toe. All right, good job. So that is for the knees, so now we're gonna move on to the ankles. Ankles, it looks the same, standing or sitting. You can put your hands on your tummy if you like. Right hand first for ladies, left hand for men, but it really doesn't matter if that feels awkward. We're gonna tap the heel and the toe. So I know in the video that I'm doing, you can't see my foot, so it's just going up and down. And then we're gonna go to the other foot now, tapping, and it looks the same standing. Just make sure you have the vertical alignment if you're standing. And now we're gonna do big toe, little toe. So that is the traditional way that Dr. Paul Land does it, but if it's hard for you and you're in a chair, you could do circles, just circling your foot 3 times in one direction and the other. But if you are standing, please don't do that. You might lose balance. So doing big toe, little toe, or circles. And since I did circles in that one foot, I gotta make it even. And you're welcome to do both if you like both and you're in a chair. All right, good. So that is the Dr. Paul Land warm-up workout that I do. I thought it'd be kind of fun to do, Jeffrey Chan has a movement called circling hands. So I thought that would be nice to do. So we bring one hand out and we circle and then bring the other hands out like you're pushing something away. Then you circle the hands and we gently go to the other. So you may do it standing or sitting. So you want to have this motion come out at the chest height and the hand coming about the rib height. And we're gently pushing what you don't need, letting go. And then the other hand is, going at the opposite way. So it's kind of a new movement. I'll do it from the side, gently push out, turn the hands, and then gently come out. So you can do it standing or sitting. And he also talks about in his video that I'll send a link. So when I upload this YouTube video and my email, if you're not on my email subscribe list, you can get that and I will put the link to his video. It does several little tips that he has. But this one I thought was kind of fun. Circling hands, you gently push out. And if you're standing or even sitting, maybe swaying a little bit. If you notice, I'm a little bit swaying as the hand goes out. Little sway as that hand goes out on the other side. Or if you're in a chair, you could just notice slightly moving your weight to the one side of your hips and then to the other. And just kind of play with it. It's normal, relaxed breathing. In Tai Chi or Qigong, we like to breathe through the nose, out the nose, unless we specify different. So you can do a different breathing, but default breathing is through the nose and out the nose. And this is good for any back tension and just releasing and letting go, pushing what you don't want. And he also said you can turn side to side. He's seen it many different ways. This is from Lohan 18 hands, or 18 Lohan hands, that's the correct way of saying it. And one of the movements, it's called circling hands. So you may want to try doing it a little bit bigger if you want. But I kind of like this way. So listen to your body. And if you get tired, let's do it 2 more times on each side, just gently pushing. Slower the better. I find if I go faster, it feels more confusing. But if I go slow, it feels very relaxing. And if you are standing, make sure you're hip width apart so you're stable. And let's do it 1 more time, each side. And the other. Good. And then bring both hands back in. So that is a nice move from Jeffrey Chan's. He also has another one I thought would be kind of fun to do. It's very similar to what we do in the beginning, but instead of, our palms are up, it's called Gathering Chi, what we do in Dr. Paul Lam. This one, the palms are facing down, and the hands circle around about chest height, and the palms face down the whole time, and they slowly come down. So I know I want to turn my hands, but we don't. Hands circle around, facing the earth. And it's different. Yeah, I know some of the people on my Zoom, they've been doing this for a while. So hands circle around, keeping the palm down. I want to flip them, but the hands slowly come down. So this is good at releasing this movement that he shows. In the video clip, he shows 4 different movements. One of them, which we did already, and let's do it 1 more time. Gathering and releasing, sinking down. And it feels a little different. So I know for me, yeah, it feels different. The other movement he does have, also in the beginning of the video, which is very similar to what we do in Gathering Chi. He just does it different breathing. So let's try that just for fun. So hands circle around, and he does do it very high, And then he breathes, so you breathe in, and then you breathe out your mouth as the hands come down. This is more of a cleansing breath, he calls it. So inhale, and go big, and then hands slowly come down. Exhale through your mouth. Release. Inhale, and exhale. And one more time. Breathing out. It's a little different. Again, challenging my folks who are used to the traditional movements. It's a little different, so it's always fun to learn new things. And he does show one more other part in the video. It's about tapping the thymus with the base of your thumb, so you can give it a try. I know I fractured my wrist, so it's kind of a good wrist exercise as well. But you want to tap the thymus area or your chest, and you just tap it. I know it looks kind of funny, but you can tap, he says, or rub. And this is supposed to help. He talks about how it helps with the middle dantian, or the heart. You know, if you're used to yoga, the heart chakra, it helps with that area. Also, the thymus is right there, so that's really good for your immune system, right? All right, so a little different routine. So that is Jeffrey Chan. I'm looking at the time. Okay, so you know, I like to always do something a little different, which I just did. Now let's do, there's one movement that Daisy Lee just did this last week that I thought was kind of fun. So we're gonna give that a try. So the hand rises up, and it comes to the head, it opens up to the top, and then hands slowly come down. So again, this is a little variation of kind of that, some movements I've done before. Hands coming up, makes a palm, and then opens up, and the hands slowly coming down. Good. So it's kind of fun. Hands rising up. It's kind of 8-piece brocade. I do this movement, but this, you know, the hands do a little fun movement around your face, which I thought was kind of fun and playful. Hands rising up. Inhale. Hands meet to the face. They close. They open up to the other side, and the hands slowly come down. Isn't that fun? It's kind of a fun thing. So let's do that 2 more times. Hands rising up. Hands meet. They close. They open. And they slowly come down. And let's do that again. Hands rising up. They meet on the back side. They close. And then they open up. Good. So we did a lot of shoulder movement for sure. All right, so let's do some harvesting chi, like we like to do in Spring Forest Qigong. So rubbing our hands, that's what they call harvesting chi. And then we want to gently rub our face. And I'll put links to their website as well. Rubbing the face, good. And one more time. And then we want to tap the eyebrows where they start with 2 fingers at least. So gently tapping. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we're going to do the cheekbones below the eyes. We're going to do it 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to do the top of our head with a cup. So it should be hollow, kind of like fist. We're going to do the top of the head, and they say leaning a bit forward. So we're going to tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if you want to, I like to do the jaw lines with like a V on both sides of the ear. So this is a nice, if you have any TMJ or jaw issues, this is a nice massage. And now let's gently rub the earlobes. Rubbing around and then pulling the earlobe just a little bit. It shouldn't hurt. It should just be a nice movement around the ears and then pushing down. And let's do it one more time. Okay, good. That's a nice movement. So we've done, let's move on to the arms. So we're gonna cup the hands. This is supposed to be good for the lungs and the heart. We're gonna do the inside. I'm doing the left, which is opposite of what you see, but I'm gonna do the left, cupping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're gonna tap down the arms. Or cupping actually is the correct term. So this is specifically good for your lungs. And if you want to balance yourself out, you can do the top, which is good for the heart. All right, now let's do the other arm. Cupping the middle. 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Doing it down the inner arm for the lungs. And let's flip it on the outside for the heart, creating balance. All right, good. And now I like to do the knees. I know I got one person on there who loves the knees. So we're gonna cup the outside of the knees first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we're gonna go to one side, the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now to the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now we're gonna do behind the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if you want to, you can rub the knees, sending good, loving energy to the knees. All right, good job. I know I like to do the cool down from Dr. Paul Lamb, so let's do that. Looks like we got, about 5 more minutes. So that's a good, so we're gonna start with the tapping of the legs. Crisscross is best, but if you can't, go straight on. But we're gonna tap the thighs, get blood flow to the area, other side. All right, good. Now we're gonna do a modification of Dr. Paul Lamb's. We're gonna bring the hands in, crisscross, lift up your heels. I know, I'm gonna go further back if you can see me. Lift up the heels, tighten up the tummy, inhale. And then we exhale through the nose, opening up the hands, releasing. So this is bringing in the hands, gathering, exhale, releasing the heels and releasing. So if you are able to stand, you can go on the balls of your feet, inhale, tightening up. And then exhale, letting go. So a little variation. Let's do that again. Inhale, going on the balls of the feet, or lifting the heels, and then exhale. And let's do it again. I know I said one more time, but here's one more time. Feeling strength and courage. And then letting go, trusting life. Good. All right, so the traditional, let me do the traditional way too. So the traditional way is tightening up your fists, lifting up your heels, or go on the ball of feet if you're standing. And then exhale, letting go. Let's do that again. Inhale. Bring up the heels. Exhale, letting go. Let me see if you can see. Lifting up the heels, tightening out the tummy. And exhale, releasing. And let's do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. All right, we're going to do the gathering chi movement, which we do in the beginning of Dr. Paul Lamb. We've done a lot of variations with Jeffrey Chan. So inhale, doing the traditional way, what I'm used to. Hands slowly coming down. So imagine there's beautiful moisture in the air. We open up the hands and try to capture that moisture that's in the mist, in the air, and then bring it into your cells. You can imagine you're in Lake Superior up north and it's a beautiful, foggy, misty, and then you're just bringing that moisture in. Maybe you notice a smell. It feels very relaxing. Maybe you can hear the waves from the water. And the hands slowly coming down. Good. Let's do it one more time. Gathering chi. Chi is life force energy, like water is. It's the energy that we need to sustain our life on earth. And now, let's bring the hands up. This is not part of Dr. Paul Lamb, but I know a lot of people like to do this. Letting the hands rise up and releasing what we don't need. So we gathered what we need. Now this is more of a releasing movement. Hands rise up. Releasing, letting go. I'd like like to imagine like there's smoke, that, you know, things that you don't like coming up like a chimney, and it's dispersing, and it's turning into, it's getting recycled into the earth. So gather up what you don't need, let it release through your top of your head, or the byway point they talk about in Chinese medicine. Inhale, letting the smoke release. Exhale, slowly coming down. And let's do it one more time. Hands rising up, opening, and hands slowly coming down. Good. And I want to bring my hands to my heart because I want to thank you, and also thank yourself for being here today, for the gratitude from each lesson that we get the chance to meet and move together and be together. I know I'm grateful for people who join me in different venues. I love Qigong and Tai Chi. I do Tai Chi and Pathways, so this is mostly Qigong what we're doing. I do it every other Wednesday at the same time at 10 a.m. If you want to join, just look at how to be a participant at Pathways. It's a wonderful, wonderful organization that I love to support and volunteer with. So also I do private lessons as well, so you may look into that. So thank you from my heart. Thank your body for all its good work, and thank that energy from the earth for that healing and the balance that we achieved. And we can share that good energy with each other. And then we can do the salute. Right hand's a fist. Left hand together is friendship. Thumb bent is humility. And when you put the right hand into the left fist, you bow your head. It's mutual respect. So this is the Wushu Chinese martial art greeting. We try to do it, I do it for sure at the end. You can do it at the beginning. So it's just a greeting of mutual respect. So I want to thank you so much for coming, whoever joined me.